Hello everyone, welcome to StarSea Tarot. I am Charlene Lizette. Whether you are new or whether you're returning to my content, a massive thank you to you. This is going to be the first ever video on this new channel, and this channel is going to be specific for pick a card readings and tarot videos. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera over right now for you all to take a look and pick the pile that best is calling to you or best resonates with you. I am also going to add crystal amulet jewelry on top for those of you that like to use crystals when you are picking your pile. For those of you that are new here and have never done a pick a card reading, you're going to connect with a pile that calls out to you the most. You are welcome to pick more than one of the piles if more one is calling to you. And then you're going to take a look at the timestamp or the pinned comment below and find the particular pile that you are called to the most. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera now. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for your likes, your comments in advance. We'll see you over at your reading. Bye. For those of you that are new to pick a cards, you're going to want to select the pile that you are most drawn to or the pile that calls on to you the most. For those of you that like to use crystals to select your piles, I'm going to be adding some crystals right now. I've added crystal amulets onto your piles from StarSea Jewels. This is my jewelry line. All pieces are designed by me and handmade here in-house. With pile number one, we have Shell. This is for those of you that are wanting to emit positivity, joy, happiness, and optimism out into this world, or if you're wanting to align with this energy. This amulet has aquamarine, blue lace agate, rose quartz, citrine, amazonite, and amethyst. Pile number two, we have Juno. For those of you that don't know, Juno is an asteroid in astrology that helps you to determine who you're going to marry. This piece is all about attracting your soulmate, the love of your life. And this piece has gold-filled finishes, and it's got rose quartz and aquamarine. Pile number three, we have Anne Morgan, designed after the Celtic goddess, the Morrigan, and we have a black tourmaline and black onyx. And in pile number four, last but not least, we have Bridget. Bridget is this beautiful piece that has green aventurine, rose quartz, strawberry quartz, and pearls, and it is designed for those of you that are wanting to align with the right energy in order to advance your business and network with the right people so that you may excel in your career. You're going to want to take a look at the description box below or the pinned comment to find the timestamp that connects with a pile that you are drawn to. Let's get started. All right, if you picked pile number one, this is your reading for November. We're going to start off here with career and finances, then we're going to move on to the general overall energy and love and romance at the end. Let's start off by talking about some of the astrological aspects, your spirit message, and your mantra for the month. The astrological message that you've got this month is first quarter. Making decisions, obstacles, taking action, and momentum. All right, we are headed into the full moon on the 8th, and the first quarter in the moon phases happens right after the new moon. So think about what you need to get done, what you are needing to push forward in, and where you are going to be needing to make decisions in your life this month. That is going to be a main focus for you, and I really feel that it's connected a lot with the general overall energy and with the career and finances aspect of your life. We are going to do love at the end. To start up in the career and finances, we have the Three of Cups. I fucked that up. All right, pile number one, this is your reading. We have 3 cards for career and finances, 3 cards for the general overall energy, and 3 cards for love and romance. We also have some additional oracle cards, astrology cards, and we will do love at the end, and we're going to add more cards to that, all right? So let's get started here with the career and finances. We have the Three of Cups starting off your reading. So there's a lot to celebrate. There's a lot to be happy about. This overall energy and theme of happiness and joy makes sense and really aligns with where you're at mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. For those of you that aren't necessarily feeling that way, I do feel like the the sun is going to be shining in your life. You are going to be feeling that happiness. You are going to be experiencing more joy in your life. And I think that's also why you were called to Ishel. Ishel is named after the Mayan goddess for rainbows. And it's all about being able to feel some type of joy and happiness and that smile that goes on your face after you've seen a rainbow. I'm sure you've all experienced that. And then your career and your finances, you're looking really, really good. Whether you're masculine or feminine doesn't matter, male or female. The King of Wands energy is very charismatic. He is a go-getter. He knows what he wants. He knows how to go and get it. He knows how to ensure that he has a stable career. He knows how to be able to design a plan, network, and talk to the right people in order to make his career dreams come true. So I do feel like you're going to be feeling very confident, very charismatic, and very powerful this month. With the Knight of Swords, I do see that you're going to be having a lot of communication with a lot of people. I don't know if some of you work in sales or if some of you are looking to begin a career in sales or do some type of job where you're talking a lot, whether it's presenting, whether it's being in front of people, whatever that may look like for you. But I do see that from a career and finances perspective, lots of conversations are going to be had, lots of happiness, lots of networking. I do see you spending a lot of time with a lot of people this month pertaining to your career and your finances and how to advance. And it also aligns with the astrology card that you got. First quarter, making decisions, obstacles, taking action, momentum. I do get that energy, especially with the Chariot being the center of your reading. There's a lot of energy here for you. The fire energy we have here, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups. There's momentum in all of your cards that have showed up in your spread. Here, the dancing, more dancing, more dancing. There's a lot to be joyful about. I'm feeling very happy as I'm reading your spread here. Now, in the general overall energy, what we have is the Nine of Pentacles, feeling very confident, feeling very secure, financially stable, and really understanding the next direction that you need to take in order to really reach those goals that you have right now, your aspirations, your dreams, whatever you're envisioning as we wrap up this year. I can't believe I just said that. And then with the Chariot in the middle here, this could be Cancer energy. We've got some Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. I mean, all of them are here, but predominantly Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. A little bit of Virgo here as well. With the Chariot card, what I am seeing is that you are in control of your life this month. You're really focusing on taking charge and recognizing that you are in the driver's seat. So wherever you are driving to is the direction in which you are headed. So you need to ask yourself, if you feel like you're, on a detour, how can you get back on the main path this week or this month in order for you to be able to reach your goals? I do see you here with the Knight of Cups really going after the things that bring you a lot of joy, bring you a lot of happiness. You're on a quest to really fill up your cup and to be able to offer your cup to those people that you feel are worthy of your love, of your happiness, of your joy, of your optimism. I do love that the spirit message you got this week, the Oracle card, is the Age of the Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. For many of you, I do feel like you're going to be in this energy of really just getting clear. It's almost like whatever fog or whatever fears or illusions or anything that may have been clouding your judgment, it's all going to be lifted this month. And you're finally going to be able to understand and see the path forward. Now, let's get on to your love reading. I am going to add some cards here. It's interesting too that the mantra you got this week or this month, I keep wanting to say this week, love, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Now, whenever this card shows up for me, it doesn't necessarily specifically talk about romantic relationships. This is about being able to see love in even the smallest moments. Love for that cute little squirrel as you walk down, to catch the bus or to get to work. Love for the beautiful trees that are changing colors if you're in the northern hemisphere, or for the warmer weather if you're in the southern hemisphere. This is about finding love in the smallest moments and finding ways to experience joy and happiness, even though we know that every day experiences its own obstacles, its own challenges. It's almost like this energy of like a glass half full, right? Optimism, joy. It's that theme of Ishel continuously showing up in your reading. Now, when it comes to love, we have the Three of Pentacles. Again, lots of networking. I do see that when it comes to love, Whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, there's a lot of collaborative energy happening in your life. Okay, there's a lot of you having to work with people. I do see with the Five of Wands, though, that there may be some conflict here showing up, maybe some disillusion, or maybe differences between you and this person that you are talking to, or if you are single, feeling like it's you against the world. Like, why haven't I found my partner yet? Now, with the Six of Cups, I do love that it ends off this way, because what it is mentioning to you with the Six of Cups is that there is always this opportunity to bring in the joy, the happiness, the love that you once felt. In this particular deck, the Six of Cups talks a lot about the Akashic Records. And for those of you that don't know, the Akashic Records is where all of our information is held. It is where all of our sacred books of our lives, of all the lives that we have, of our soul is held. And masters, teachers, and loved ones hold on to those books, and we can go in and connect with them and open up our books and get clarity on some of the difficulties and challenges that we're having in our lives. So for those of you that, maybe still single, maybe wondering why you're not meeting the right people, or maybe in conflict with your partners or in your relationships, there may be this opportunity for you to do an Akashic meditation and go into the Akashic yourself and get some type of clarity as to what is happening in your love right now. What are you needing to learn in order to be able to either find love or be able to find resolution in your love life? I do feel, though, for a lot of you that are watching this, you are currently single and you are trying to figure out what is happening in your life that you are still single. Like, how can you change that in order to attract love? The romance angel card that you got, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. The more that I'm looking at this reading, the more I'm feeling like love is ready to open itself up to you. Like, love is right there. It's almost like it's right in front of you, pile one. And there's like a part of you that doesn't want to accept it, or um maybe is just not seeing it. This feels very kismet, like you both cross each other's paths. They're driving, you're crossing the street, you're driving, they're at the grocery store that you're driving by, you're like right near each other but yet so far away. So maybe you may even be feeling like your partner is right around the corner. Now, I pulled out some extra cards here for you. We got the High Priestess for the Three of Pentacles. Again, I do feel like a lot of you already know who your divine partner is or your new romantic partner is, but there's something that's stopping you, and this Page of Swords is stopping you. I don't know if it has to do with either of you not knowing how to communicate with each other. I don't know if you were having communication problems with your romantic partner or the person that you're talking to, but it does make me feel like a lot of you, there's this almost like you both want to approach each other, you both want to, break the ice or clear the path, but there's something that's holding both of you back. And look at that, double Six of Cups. Most definitely for you, those of you that are in a connection right now or that feel connected to someone, you have known this person in the past. This is like a lesson that both of you are having to learn, how to connect with each other, how to unite, how to come together, how to find a way to not be afraid of love, not be afraid of opening yourself up to the vulnerability that is love. If you want to watch more videos on how to open up to love, you're going to want to check out my main channel, Charlene Lizette. There's a ton of videos on there where I talk about how you can connect with love, attract love into your life. If you want to pick up your amulet, you could do so in the description box below. All the links are down there, especially for those of you that want to work together with me. That was your monthly reading for November. I'm going to move on to pile number 2. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If it resonated, let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for joining me over here on my new channel. All right, we'll see you soon. We'll see you later, alligator. Peace out. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You all picked Juno. Juno is this beautiful piece. It's all about your connections, your love life, your potential marriage partners, and when you can meet and connect with your marriage partner. Now, the way this reading goes is we got 3 cards for career and finances, 3 cards for the general overall energy, and 3 cards for love and romance, okay? And then we've got some additional oracle cards, spirit messages, and then at the end, when I do the love reading, I do add some additional cards onto these cards. All right, we're going to start off at the top here with the career and finances. Actually, I'm going to restart this for a minute. I need to say this to you. When I was pulling out your cards, I kept feeling like you were in this internal struggle. There kept being this energy of you not trusting yourself, of almost you not realizing and understanding like how truly powerful you are and how connected and tuned in and tapped in you are, not only to your highest self, but to source, to God, to source consciousness. And I want you to pay attention to the fact that you got the moon child, you got Cancer, which is the moon, you got shadow work here. There's these very judgment, you got these very powerful, I don't want to call them dense, but they are. They're very powerful, impactful. That's the word I'm going to use. Impactful cards. And I think I think you need to take a moment to just grab a mirror or whatever and remind yourself like you're a badass, okay? You are so powerful. You are so capable. You are so worthy. And the obstacles and the challenges that you're experiencing right now are all to just remind you of how much you can persevere through adversity and overcome. Like I do feel for some of you, you may be in a funk a little bit, or you may be, you know, I don't know, just not necessarily feeling yourself right now. And it could be because we're in this eclipse season, it could be because you're going through some changes. And that's okay. But overall, this is about transmuting this energy. That is a big theme for you this month, okay? With the Knight of Wands here in your career and your finances, go after it. What is it that you want? Do it. Just do it. Okay. Go get it. The Knight of Wands. Yes, the Knight of Wands talks about, making sure that you're not rushing over things, that you're missing certain aspects. But there's so much fire, there's so much passion, there's so much vigor, there's so much excitement around this new endeavor that you have, around this new idea, maybe for some of you, or maybe even some of you, this new career, this new job opportunity. Go and do it. Like you are your own worst critic right now, and believing that you can't have it. With the Moonchild card here, I think this is very self-explanatory. You are a child of the moon. You are connected to the energy of the moon. So work with the phases of the moon in your favor. What does this mean? This means that you understand that during a void of course moon, you don't go to meetings, or you don't start new projects, or you don't have important conversations with people. This also means that new moons are opportunities for planting seeds and manifesting, and full moons are times of release and achievement and celebrating your blessings. This is about you really tuning in and tapping into the moon cycles, the phases, and how working with them can positively impact you. With the Eight of Swords here, you know, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say here, but that's okay. I'm going to say it anyways because I think some of you need to hear it, okay? You are creating your own self-limiting beliefs. My girlfriends and I have this joke whenever we see the Eight of Swords, and I'm not going to use the actual word here, but the B word, okay? And we always call her, oh, that crazy bee, because she puts herself in these positions where she feels like she is stuck, where she feels like, she can't get out, or she feels like she's in the darkness and the depths, but she has everything at her disposal to be able to release from the limitations, from the confinements, from the restrictions. It's all in the mind, right? It's like mind over matter, understanding how to master your mindset. And I don't know if for some of you, maybe you had a difficult upbringing, maybe you had some challenges with your mom, but that's coming up for me here as well, right? Maybe releasing the narratives of like that your parents told you, or women in your life told you, right? Maybe you were surrounded by women who were like, it's not possible, you got to settle, you got to do this, you got to do that. But you're not like that. And I can sense that here. You're like, no, I don't need to settle. No, I deserve everything that I want. Yes, I can go after and get it. And that's why you got just say yes. Literally, just say yes. I would almost encourage you to say yes to every opportunity that feels amazing. Obviously, don't put yourself in unsafe situations, but if this opportunity would be something that you'd normally say no to because, you're worried about criticism or judgment, just say yes. We have Cancer here as your astrology card. Okay, so not only the moon cycles, obviously, again, the theme showing up here, but Cancer in astrology is all about nurturing. It's all about the home. It's all about, mother figure, maternal, that love, that comfort, that safety net. So how can you provide that to yourself? And how can you create a safe space within your own home, within your own walls, okay? And your own vessel as well. We're starting off the general overall reading with the shadow work. So clearly some of you got some sheet to do, okay? You all know what this is about. I truly feel like with the cards that we're getting here, it's got to do a lot with mastering your mindset. It has to do a lot with you getting really clear and intentional on you know, how you allow your thought patterns to really create limitations and blockages in your life. The Six of Swords is all about moving forward, and that's the central theme of your reading, right? This is all about you being able to transmute from rocky, you know, maybe mentally unstable or overanalysis paralysis to smoother roads ahead, to being able to get clarity and cutting through the bull crap so that you can go after things that you desire. And then you have the Six of Cups as well. So I do feel like your shadow work really has to do with your mindset and a lot of the stuff that happened when you were younger, when you were little. And this is a time now, you know, November is a time for you to really work through that and to heal that so you can go after whatever it is that you are desiring in your life. The mantra card you got this month with Raven, my cat's little bite marks there, is abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire into this physical reality. Like, do not forget that pile too. I almost would say, like, write this down and repeat it to yourself over and over and over again, even when you're not feeling it. Now, let's get to the love reading. We're starting off with the Six of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. The Six of Wands tells me that you are going to be really, how can I say this? You're going to be very much in the spotlight, okay? There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be very attracted to you. However, I feel like you're not even paying attention to that to a certain degree here with this Two of Pentacles. I'm going to put these down. I'll read them in 1 second. Because you are walking through this fine line, like it's almost like you're doing this crazy balancing act. And in this deck, this right here is the death moth, right? So it's like you're balancing, you're transmuting, you're transforming, you're expanding. You're also maybe even experiencing a little bit of blockages, almost like for some of you, you're like, no one likes me, no one's into me, but that's not true. Okay, it's not true. You picked Juno for a reason because you are ready to attract love into your life. And Judgment here, answering the call from the universe, right? What is the universe asking you to do right now? What is the universe asking you to see right now? Where do you need to awaken? Where do you need to step up and lead? Where can you shift your vibration? We have the Magician for the Six of Wands. I'm telling you, like, you guys have been manifesting something so big here. Like, I almost feel like it's like the person that you marry or the person that you spend the rest of your life with, like that's what you're manifesting here. And maybe that's why you're having to go through this stuff so you can work through some of your challenges, your obstacles, so that they can come into your life. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles here with the Two of Pentacles. So I wonder if for a lot of you right now, you're really just preoccupied with work or worried about stability, worried about your own foundation, and maybe like you're not even able to see the love that's in front of you because you're so busy on work. Like you're just so hyper focused. Even with the Eight of Swords, you know, sometimes I can even talk about stress and anxiety. So maybe some of you need to take a little bit of a break from work and go out and have fun. And then the Six of Swords showing up again with Judgment. This is definitely about you shifting a mindset. Absolutely. The more I see this, the more this is about you shifting a mindset so that you can literally attract everything that you want. And ironically enough, right, or coincidentally enough, the angel card that you got is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Again, I think it's really important for you this week to kind of get out of this like overwork mode and this overanalysis paralysis and go play and go have fun and say yes to maybe opportunities that many of you may not say yes to. Maybe some of you are really like homebodies, and here's this opportunity for you to go out and have fun, be a little bit more extroverted, and who knows what kind of magic can happen, pile two. All right, if you want to pick up your amulet, if you want to work together with me, take a look at the description box below. You can also go check out my other channel, my main channel, Charlene Lizette, where I post videos on spirituality and empowerment. So there's a ton of videos there to help you work through these mindset blockages that you're currently experiencing right now. All right, I'm going to move on to pile number 3 now. Thank you so much. We'll see you later, alligator. Peace out. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You picked Anne Morgan, and I want to take a moment to talk to you about Anne Morgan, or the Morgan, before we get into your reading, because I think that it is very prevalent, and I don't know how many of you picked this pile, but this is probably the most powerful pile I've done so far. Anne Morgan, or the Morgan, is a Celtic goddess of death, war, and prophecy. She is connected to the crows, the eels, the cows, the horses, and the ravens. She is a warrior woman through and through. And one of the most powerful deities that you can ever think of or know of. And her ability to be able to persevere, her connection to the realms, you know, not just the 3D realm, but the 5D realm and all the other realms. She is just an almighty, powerful goddess. And regardless of whether you're masculine or feminine, whatever your situation is, this reading, it is, especially with the hair font right here, man, are you ever evolving? Are you ever transforming? And are you ever becoming this? I almost want to call you like the sage, this wise, powerful individual. Some of you may be going through your nodal return this year and you may be experiencing a lot of stuff. And I think the things that you are experiencing are all to help you bring in this 10 of Cups energy into your life. We're going to start off with your career and your finances. I mean, the star starting off your career and your finances, all eyes are on you this month, okay? You're healing, your wishes and dreams are coming true. You're finally releasing the limitations, the self-deprecating thoughts, the delusions, the fears, anything that may have been holding you back from really going after your dreams, especially when it comes to your financial goals and your career goals. Look at the Page of Cups. She is walking into what looks like a different realm, right? She goes somewhere optimistically with a lot of hope, knowing that she is going to find what she seeks. She is not afraid to tether into the unknown. And then you got the Page of Pentacles here. So a couple of things with these two pages. Lots of communication, lots of messages. Either you're going to be receiving messages from people or you're going to be communicating to people. But you've got lots of ideas here, almost like intuitive hits, downloads, and then a lot of opportunities here, a lot of ideas to plant seeds in regards to your career and your finances, okay? This is almost like the beginning. You know, we are in Scorpio season while I'm recording this. So this makes me feel like you have gone through this death and rebirth energy and you're now being reborn and planting all these new seeds so that they can flourish within the next year, okay? As we enter into your career, or sorry, your general overall energy, we have the 10 of Cups. I mean, does it get any better than this? Absolutely not. I mean, the 10 of Pentacles would just be the cherry on top. What I am seeing here, though, is you finally understanding, and sorry for my voice, I'm finally getting it back. You understanding and seeing very clearly, not with your 3D eyes, but with your mind's eye, what it is that the 10 of Cups means for you. Who's involved? What's it look like? Where are you at? Like the who, what, when, where, why of a 10 of Cups for you is becoming so clear. You are no longer afraid to say, like, these are the things that I want, and this is how I want to live my life. There's so much joy, there's so much happiness, there's so much union, there's so much connection here. And with the Hierophant, like I was saying to you, you're so wise, okay? The Hierophant has sacred knowledge that only he has access to, and he bestows it onto other people. And I wonder if this month you are going to be bestowing this sacred knowledge onto other people as well. Notice how we can never see his face. He is just a beacon of light because he's so connected to the cosmos, so connected to the crystals, you know, so connected to source consciousness, to energy, to the frequency, to vibration. It's almost like he doesn't even need to be a physical vessel. He is just an energetic vessel. And I think your energy this week or this month is going to be so potent. And that's why you got the Morgan. That's why you picked the Morgan as your amulet. You picked it because there was this clarity here in understanding that you need to ensure that you are protected and that you are guarding your energy, that you are a warrior as you are propelling forward into a lot of networking, a lot of celebrating, a lot of talking to people, a lot of unfinished business this month that's going to have to get finished. You know, this is about collaborating, working together, okay, about understanding how to find resolution. Now, before we get onto your love reading, I do want to do the oracle and astrology cards, okay? So, Lilith, repressed desires. Now, for those of you that don't know, Lilith is said to be the original woman, okay? But she did not want to be held captive. She did not want to follow Adam's rules. So Adam decided to create Eve instead because Eve could basically do whatever he wanted her to do, whereas Lilith was her own woman. When we talk about repressed desires, think about the things that you've always wanted to do, but you've been too afraid to do, or the things that you've always wanted to do, but people may have judged you for it. You know, maybe it's wearing that bright red lipstick or wearing that tight dress, or maybe it's not something physical at all. Maybe it's the way you communicate or the career that you wanted. These are the desires, the deep desires that you have within you that you are going to be feeding this month, okay? The things that you've always maybe shied away from because you've been worried about other people's perceptions of you. Those are faulty perceptions, and you're going to release those, and you're going to go and do the things that fuel you, that give you that 10 of Cups energy. And we even have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And that's very much in alignment here, right? You are creating a whole new you. You are like, it's literally death and rebirth. You are raising from the ashes and finally showing up to the world and saying, like, this is who I am. Accept me as I am, because I'm a star, I'm the Hierophant, and I've got lots of things here to offer to this world and to create for my own abundance, for my own happiness, for my own joy, for my own wealth and growth, right? Here's this theme continue. Literally, it makes me feel like you're just like expanding. Your energy is just so powerful. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. That's the vibe you're at right now. And if people don't align with that, I don't feel like you're going to be giving them the time of day. You're going to be like, sorry, I'm too busy for that. I need to, focus on myself, do my own thing. Now, let's get to your love reading. We've got the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Cups. The first thing that I got when I was looking at these cards is that a lot of you aren't necessarily I don't know if you're not open to love or looking for love or feel like you have the time for love right now. With the Four of Cups, I feel like introspection, self-reflection, a lot of self-healing, a lot of focusing on yourself will do you really good this month, okay? The Five of Wands does make me feel like some of you may have experienced some type of conflict, whether recently or in the past, that has kind of made you hesitant towards love. Now with the Six of Cups though, I do have to say that there is this energy of like soulmate, past lives, some type of connection that's kind of wanting to make its way into your life. And we have the Five of Wands again under the Four of Cups. So definitely, I'm just going to do this because that's, it almost makes me feel like you've got your walls up, like you're guarded. The Hermit, yeah, Four of Cups, absolutely. And Strength, the Six of Cups. You're very guarded here. You're very worried or maybe feeling like, you've been hurt in the past. You don't want to get hurt again. But I'm going to challenge you to say, find a way to practice enjoying moments in your everyday life, whether that means, going to the coffee shop and smiling at the barista, or walking down the street and, saying hello to somebody that you don't even know, whatever, just spreading a little bit of love out into this world, or smelling some roses, buying yourself flowers. The card literally says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And I know you've been doing a lot of self-work, a lot of self-healing here with that Hermit and that Four of Cups. And I know that you experience some suffering, some pain, some delusions, or maybe some betrayal in love. But the outcome card that you got, the future card that you got, is a Six of Cups and Strength. So this is about balance. This is about you learning to balance the masculine and the feminine energy. And in this card, the Six of Cups is about the Akashic Records. So maybe doing an Akashic meditation and going into the Akashic Records and unlocking some of the lessons that you are meant to learn. Because I do feel like love is around the corner for you. You just got to kind of stop and smell the roses for a little bit. All right. Okay, pile number 3, that's what I've got for you today. If you want to pick up your amulet, work together with me, take a look at the description box below. If you want to go watch more videos on how to support your spiritual journey, go watch my other channel, Charlene Lizette. There's a ton of videos there on spirituality, empowerment, and everything else in between that has to do with the realm of spiritual teachings, okay? And yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. We'll see you later, alligator. Peace out. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. You picked Bridget, which is all about being able to network and connect with the right people that are going to help you expand your business, your career. And your reading is so career focused. We're going to just hold off on the love here for a minute because there's something very powerful happening in your love life. But your career and your general overall energy here, so this is career finances, this general overall energy is so business focused, career focused. There's a lot of downloads that I was getting as I was pulling out your cards, so I'm going to try and go through them one by one so I don't forget them, and then we'll get into your spread. The first thing that I saw is with Mars being retrograde in Gemini, you got to be really careful with the communication that you have with people. I would almost say like pause, postpone before you talk to people, especially in situations with that where there may be a little bit of like heated conversation or disagreements or misunderstandings. Okay. Really important for you to pay attention to that. Like, I can't stress that enough. That message came through so strongly because I do feel like with the Gemini retrograde, Mars retrograde in Gemini, people are not going to like a lot of misinformation, okay? And a lot of people not really understanding what is happening, but also a lot of clarity coming out too. So just pause, postpone before you're having those conversations so you can experience some peace in your life, okay? So that while the whole world seems to be in chaos, you can just be in a wonderful state of peace. Okay, so I can obviously see here with the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles that you've been experiencing some challenges with your career and your finances, okay? There's some sort of unhappiness here or feeling of loss of finances or feeling a challenge, an obstacle, a hiccup in your finances. You've been working really hard though with this Nine of Wands. There's a lot of energy here. I can see that you're putting in the work, you're putting in the grind, you're doing all the right things, okay? So with the Chariot showing up here at the very end, I think this is finally this opportunity of forward momentum as the month comes to an end. I think all your hard work is going to pay off. I also have to tell you that I do feel like you got to change your mindset, okay? Get out of this Five of Cups like, oh, woe is me. Why is this stuff not working out? Why is this so difficult? No, get release, remove, okay? Start thinking about the great things that you've done. Start thinking about all the amazing changes that you've done. Start thinking about all the new opportunities, the path forward, the excitement, the optimism, the joy that's here. Because with this Chariot card here, I do feel like the more that you get in that driver's seat and the more that you remind yourself how powerful you are, how capable you are, and how much you are willing to be able to go after things that you desire, the more that you're going to achieve in your life. You've got some balance being restored here with that Six of Pentacles and that Five of Pentacles. It's almost like the universe is showing you the path forward, but you don't want to take it. You're like, oh, I've been so used to being down in the funks, feeling isolated, feeling sad, feeling alone. Like I've been so used to like feeling so defensive that you don't know how to move forward here. But the universe is saying, move forward. You literally have divine wisdom. I also want to point out the fact that like every single future card that you have, regardless of whatever section of your reading we're doing, is a major arcana. Mind you, divine wisdom isn't traditional major arcana, but it is a major card in this deck, okay? You have the divine wisdom, and also look, there's Mercury, there's Hermes. You have the divine wisdom to know how to have the right conversations, to know how to pitch things, to know how to explain things, to know how to be able to get your point across so that you can achieve the things that you want, especially when it comes to your career, your finances, your money. I know it's really scary to go into the holiday season feeling like you don't got enough money, feeling like, how are you going to make it work? Like, I get that. I so resonate with that. Been there, done that, right? Um, but there's this energy here that you just really got to shift out of this mindset. I would even maybe encourage some of you to look at where Mars is sitting in your natal chart and where Gemini is in your natal chart because it might help you to understand a little bit deeper where some of this work is that you got to go through. All you got to do is talk to God. Literally, talk to the angels, talk to God. Talk to, your deities, whoever it is that you work with in the divine realms, and say, I need help, please. Show me. Please show me with clarity. What is the path forward? What am I meant to do? Please help me and show me so that I can move forward, so I can propel forward. And they will show you, okay? I do think it's really important that you communicate a lot this month. Again, be conscious and be aware of how you're communicating, right? And make sure not to get yourself into, disagreements or obstacles with people because I do feel like people are going to want to fight. I don't think this is your energy. I think you're more like you're feeling very sad, And I don't want you to feel sad. I want you to feel the joy, the optimism, the happiness, the opportunity here that exists for you because you are blessed. You are blessed. You are walking forward in something really beautiful and I think that's why you picked Bridget. I think you picked Bridget because you know that it's time for you to start aligning your life. It's time for you to start connecting with the right people. It's time for you to start networking with the right people. It's time now for you to be able to like really step into your power and lead. And One thing that I will say to you is that you can't tell everybody what you're doing. Okay. With this pause, postpone, say no in the Gemini, I also got this energy like some people may be gossiping about you. Some people may want to hear about your failures, you know, and they may be relishing in your failures. So you don't need to be telling everybody your business. Not everybody needs to know. It's on a need to know basis. Okay. Make sure you remember that. Now, with peace, I do feel like transmuting that stress energy into peaceful energy. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy will help you tremendously in being able to attract the things that you want. You know, meditation, grounding, hugging a tree, cleansing yourself with the water, like when you shower, all those things will be really, really helpful for you. All right. We're going to move on to your love reading now. I do have to say, out of all the piles, this is the best love reading. I'm really excited. So before I get the extra cards out, I do want to talk about this. So here you are, single as a Pringle, exploring, living your best life. You know, even if you're not single, I do feel like a lot of you are just very independent and very much focused on yourself. Maybe not necessarily focused on romance or your romantic partners at this time. But guess what? When you least expect it, when you're feeling the most isolated, when you're feeling so alone, that's when love appears. You got the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. Something great is happening here for you. I honestly also got this energy when I first looked at your cards that um, this funk that you're in, this person's gonna, I don't know, help you. Like they're gonna be like they're gonna remind you of your light. I don't know how this is gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna be, you know, at the grocery store, at work, or at the coffee shop, wherever. But it's almost gonna be like, you know, you're gonna be walking in there feeling, you know, oh woe is me, Five of Pentacles, and they're gonna be like, love your smile. Or love your hair, or you smell good, or nice jacket. I just, this light that they're gonna say to you, this beautiful compliment, this passing of awesome energy, and it's just going to spark something inside of you. I almost feel like this person was sent into your life to help guide you, to help support you, to help remind you of how beautiful and powerful you are, right? Now, the wheel is turning, so things are changing. Look at that. Eight of Wands here with the Nine of Pentacles. Most definitely, somebody here is wanting to make an offer or coming into your life, especially for those of you that are single. The Seven of Cups and the Lovers. I do feel like this is, oh my Lord. You guys, I don't see these cards because I like have them on a pile face down. Two of Cups. I'm telling you. This person's just gonna say something to you at the right time. I don't know, it's just gonna feel so like Neptunian and dreamy. And you might even be like in your own head, you know, Neptune and Piscean energy, some of you may even be Pisces. Neptune and Piscean energy can sometimes, you know, get stuck in the funks, right? It's really easy to dive into the unknown and just whoop, get lost in there. Know it, I'm a Pisces moon and rising, right? And the 12th house is very powerful, very psychic, but it also can be the house of the undoing. And it almost makes me feel like you're going to be in this energy of like, oh, woe is me. And this person's just going to come and sweep you off your feet. Oh my gosh. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups, and the romance card you got is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So yes, I feel like this person's going to be entering into your life when you are so worried about your career, when you're so worried about all these responsibilities, these things that you have in your life, and they're going to go ahead and just be the friendly reminder that, you know, love is all around you and that there is this opportunity to experience love. And I really feel like they're going to help you work through some of the stuff. They're not going to do it for you because you got to do it yourself, but they are going to help you. They are going to show you the path forward on how to shift out of this funk and find that light that you have within you again. And that is so beautiful, pile number 4. So freaking beautiful. All right. If you want to pick up your amulet or any of the other ones, take a look at the description box below. Ditto, if you want to work with me, please know that I will never message you on Instagram or WhatsApp or any of that stuff. Okay. The only way to work with me directly is by my website. And if you want to go check out my other videos of spirituality and empowerment, you can take a look at my main channel as well. Okay. Thank you so much. That's all I've got for you today. We'll see you later, alligator. Peace out. Bye.